Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Combat 2 by Compass Games, designed by Ross Martell. We are continuing our attack on the village. Um, our artillery guys have alerted the enemy, so we no longer have the element of surprise. Now we just got to be tactical. Um, so I'm going to move my guys. I like to keep guys together, but I don't think I'm going to have that luxury today. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put sprints. Oh, before I forget, we have one more card we have to use. This is going to be our. Make sure we got the old ones. Nope, we didn't. Discard the old ones first. Use our initiative card. Our last one. We're going to be at the mercy of the deck now because I very rarely take time to plan on an attack because I need my firepower for my submachine guns in there, especially when we're a short squad. I'm going to have him sprint, and I think I'd like to get him up here in this wall. And from there, we can toss a grenade to at least get some smoke or something and unearth this guy. This guy, I'm going to have him sprint also. Try and get him in this house. Then we can produce a crossfire on this guy. I don't know if I like that though, because then we got this guy producing a crossfire on him. I don't want to give them firepower advantage. Looks like no matter what I do, I'm going to though. All right, we'll try it. See how it works out for us. Um, hmm. I believe that. Let's do this. Let's sneak him forward, get him inside of that house right in front of him, and then maybe next turn we can pop up smoke. He's one of my lesser rifle grenadiers, though, so I don't know whether it's going to work or not. Try to put a rifle grenade on him, but maybe I can suppress him. This guy here is going to be an aimed fire, and he's going to be doing a sniper shot, so he's only going to fire on impulse 4. I need that extra bit because my worst weapon skill guy is the one that rolled for sniper skill. Imagine that. My Jeep. Um, Still going to have him crawl. I'm going to have him crawl 2, 3. 2, 3, 2. He won't be able to go in there, so he'll wind up here. That's where I want him to kind of be coming down this way. It's going to take me a little while to maneuver him into the fray, but I also got to be careful with them because they're easy targets. So you got to be real careful with the Jeeps. They're double-edged sword, great to have on the defense. Offensive, not so much. These guys down here, they cannot see him because of this little bit of real estate right there, that tree. But we could throw grenades at him. He is a new enemy character, and that would move us to here. But that's going to make us vulnerable to this guy. Hmm. There's always dilemmas. I think it's worth it though. I like he's low quality. We should be able to knock him out with one grenade or another. Let's do that. I'll have both of them do a little grenade toss. Down here, I'm gonna have Hall evade forward when my VAR gives him covering fire, and I'm gonna aim fire with Howard. And I want to try to take him out. That gives me covering fire for the grenade. So yeah, if we do mess up over here, at least we've got with the grenades. At least we've got him down here covering and him moving in. So we'll try that and see how that works this turn. All right, Germans. They are all going to get orders now. So we will start up the top here. This will be Yellow's initiative too. And he has no LOS at the time, and he is in cover. But he also gets to roll a TQ because he's in a building. 5. He will not. So he's going to get the card. No LOS in cover. Aim fire. Gets it anyway. Makes him dangerous. That's Yellow's initiative. Red, same thing. There's going to be a 7. So he's not going to pass. He gets a card. That's no LOS in cover. That's going to be a running gun 6. So he's going to actually be moving out. And that's going to be Red's initiative. And we're going to go to Yellow down here in cover with no LOS. That's going to be a 7 on him also, which means he's not. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't even know why I rolled on that. He's not in a building. He gets an aimed fire, and we go to blue over here in the building. 3. He's going to get an aimed fire. Then we go down here. White will be next in the building. 9. He's not going to pass, so he's going to in cover. I think he has an LOS. I think we forgot that one. We screwed the pooch a little bit. Yeah, we forgot that one. So he's got an LOS to unknown character. So that's going to be just a hide. Wow. And that's going to be White's initiative. And then we're going to go to blue again over here. 2. He's going to pass, get an aimed fire. Yeah, I got to watch all these little nuances here. There might be just a little bit of sliver of LOS in there that we don't want. So we have got to be careful. We got to have to be aggressive and kind of draw them towards us at the same time. Um, this guy failed his morale check. Yeah, but that was early last turn. Last turn he spent hiding. It's not the same as a grenade. Um, this guy's in the building. He rolls a 3. He's going to have an aimed fire. That's what I'm talking about. He's going to be dangerous. This guy's cautious in a building. 4 goes down to a 3. 6. He's going to get this card. And that's in cover. No LOS. Rapid fire. Red already has initiative. I just realized when I put this new in, I put it on one of my different. I'm gonna have to redo that. I want these colors in there for the to help you see what's what when you go to elites. That's something for me to change, and that's why we play test. When you change something, usually it has ramifications, and it's not until later you see them. All right, red. He's in cover. No LOS. Sneak 4. Again, we're using Clifton's experience deck to see how these guys operate on a defensive mission. Oh, I already had blue. Darn it! And this will be blue's initiative. I for some reason I've forgotten twice, 3 times now to use the initiative for, and maybe they all rolled for the building. I don't know. So this is going to be blue's initiative. He's got to roll for the building too. 9. He doesn't pass, so he's going to have no LOS, and he's in cover. That's going to be an evade 5. That's going to be blue's initiative. Down here, red. He is in the open. I don't think he has an LOS. No, no LOS. That's going to be an evade 6. Got red here in cover, no LOS. Aim fire. Yellow in cover, no LOS. Sneaking 5. I went the wrong way. Oh, it took the long way home. Thank you, Super Tramp. Um, this guy is in cover. He cannot see them because of the trees. He cannot see them because of the hedge, so he is no LOS. Evade 6-5, so he's going to be moving out. We got blue in cover. He has an LOS. Suppress fire or grenade. 1, he's going to get a grenade order. Well, we're going to have a little grenade toss going on here. And there's really only one place to put him. That would be right to there. This is going to be an interesting one, huh? All right. Down here we got red in cover, no LOS. Sneaking 5-6. That's what I want. Bring them to me. These guys are both in the open, no LOS. Running gun 6-1. And yellow. Evade 5-6. Watch what you wish for. They're coming fast, so we might get them on us faster than we really wanted to. I think that's what we want to do. I don't know whether it's a sound plan or not. It's kind of hard to keep your train of thought when you're doing this every so many days, but it is what it is right now. We'll just deal with it. All right. Initiative track. My best is 6. Hell, we all get to go first. It's going to be Charlie, Abel, and Baker. And then we're going to have blue, white, yellow, red. All right, so Charlie's going to start us out. We'll start up top here and work our way down into the right. Sprint. Sprint right to there. This guy's sneaking, not doing anything yet. There's nobody for him to spot. We're aimed fire. Can't do anything yet but spot. Nobody for him to spot. Well, I don't think so. But we got to double check. You got to watch these. I'm so used to playing in bad weather anymore that I just get lazy sometimes on my checking. The only guy you can see is him. Um, Down here, Charlie. Target markers placed. We got to place a live grenade. And down here, we got an evade. I'm going to evade him right to there. And that's going to be Charlie. We're going to go to Abel. Up here, we have the Jeep. He is going 2-3. Make sure I remember the direction right. Yes. 1. That's going to be his turn. Our impulse. Down here, we got Abel. He's going to go ahead and place a grenade. And that's it for Abel. We're short-staffed on Abel. Baker. You know what? I did forget to. I usually want to do him with the Jeep. But I did forget to see whether he actually can see this guy in that position or not. And yes, he can. And I have an aimed fire on him. And that is a good move right there. I don't know whether it'll mount to anything or not. But a range of 14. We're going back to the Jeep. Actually, we're going back to the Jeep. But technically, we're not. Range of 14. Because he is Baker. But I like to do these guys as a team. He's rapid fire. He gets a -3 for no feeder. But no penalty for the rapid as it's mounted. So we're at a -3, 14 for a Modus. We have -1, so we had a -4. He is an 8, 9, 10 to begin with, so we're down to 6. A -1 for the weather goes down to 5. Aimed fire in a building goes down to a 3, so we're going to get 4 shots for 3. And right off the bat, 1 hit, 2 hits. Nope. Belay that 0. We got 1 hit so far. For that 0, we've got to take care of a must re-roll. So we got 1 hit so far. Another 0. Get rid of the other re. That's good though. So we're still on roll 3. 6 is a miss. So we still have 1 hit. Just 1 hit's what it's going to be. And I could have re-rolled any of those if I wanted to, but I'll take the 1 hit and see where we go from there. A close call. Maybe I should have done another one. He's a 6. 2. He passes. So we got absolutely nothing. All right. Baker. Aim fire, all he can do is spot. There's nobody to spot right now. So Baker is also done. We go to blue. Top and to the right. Aim fire, can't see anybody. Aimed fire, can't see anybody. Evading 5 is coming down here through the wall. Aimed fire, he can see somebody, but there's nobody to spot. The Jeep's automatically spotted. Down here, we got a running gun 6-1. He's gone over to here. White. I think I only have 1 white on the board, if I'm not mistaken. And he is hiding. Yellow. He loses his unprepared. This guy's aimed fire. Don't think he has any targets. I'm pretty sure that's blocked. Yeah, it's blocked. It doesn't matter anyway. Sneaking 5 can't do anything. This guy's going to evade 5 down to here. And we go to red. Running gun 6 will come up to here. Rapid fire. I believe we ascertained that he can't be seen. Yes. So he's doing nothing. This guy's sneaking, can't do anything yet. This guy's evading 6 up to here. Oh boy, he's headed right for the fire. I gotta read them rolls because I thought there was something about them entering a fire hex. And actually, he is in cover right now. If he can see somebody, which he can, so we're gonna technically roll to see if he can duck back or not before he goes up into that open space. So we're going to go ahead and roll TQ on him 4. And he rolls a 4, so he will duck back. We're going to change that to a duck back so we don't have to worry about that fire. I mean, fire, this guy can't see anybody. Evading 6 is up to here. Probably not the smartest of moves on his part. Bet you would turn him over and find out he's either a dummy or a recruit. He can actually see the VAR who is spotted, so doesn't need a spotting attempt. And this guy's sneaking, can't do anything on impulse 1. That is the end of impulse 1. We're going to go to impulse number 2. No, we're not going to put our chits in a holding box. We're just going to make them unused. And for those of you that are watching and may not even have known this, and I usually do this off screen, I do have these so you can mark them used. So that's what I'm doing off screen when you hear me doing stupid stuff. Charlie gets to go first. He is sprinting to right here. This guy is sneaking right to here. This guy's aimed fire, and I opted to go ahead and make him snipers. Use his sniper skill, so we're not firing again this turn. Hopefully we don't pay for that. Impulse number 2 for a grenade. It will move 1 closer. Move right to there. He's evading down to here. And actually, we got to backtrack to this guy a second. And that is real close, but that is a line of sight. We have an evasion in the open. +1. He is a 4, goes up to a 5. And we do see him. No, it's not a dummy or a recruit. That's scary. I don't think anybody can see him. We better double check that. No. Go to Abel. And I will do him with the Jeep this turn. The Jeep's going to turn clockwise, move down to here. We have a rapid fire going again, and that's again going to be 3 to hit. And we can still see, so we're going to fire 4 shots for 3. 5, 1 hit, 2 hits, and a 9. We're going to re-roll for that 9. So I like to save my re-rolls for. And 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we do. 3 hits. And that was actually only 4 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3 hits on 4 shots. Oh boy, I'm messing up. Don't mind me. My brain's still cluttered right now. A lot going on. 3 hits. This time we should be able to get a little something more out of him. Oh crap. Maybe not. I forgot one modifier, one all important modifier. I hate when I do that. -2. So it should have been just a 1. So we're just looking at a 1 hit. Forgot that -2. I will forget. Fortunately, or hopefully, most of the time I catch them. A bad wound. Doesn't matter. We got him. And he rolls a 3 or less to pass his check. He does not, so he's going to go down to shaken. Basically, he is combat ineffective right now, and it's going to move them down 1. Love having an MG around, though it's very risky on offense because they're just moving targets. There's really not much modifiers for them. All right. We are still on Abel. Down here we have Abel. He's going to move to here. Um, I better be specific on the rolling on this because I tend to forget things. So let me get out my combat one rolls here. Go to grenades for the enemy, and move a single hex, but only if the character's grenade target marker is 4 hexes away, or the 1 hex move would place the enemy character adjacent to the grenade. Okay. If neither of these is true, the enemy character will not move. If the enemy character does not move and there is no friendly character in the hex with the grenade target marker, move the grenade marker 1 hex. This is one of those ones where technically by the rule, he's supposed to move here to throw that grenade there. But because they moved, I'm going to have him move the grenade with them. All right, if that makes sense. All right, so what? Hold on, I'm a mess. Belay that. That stays there. I'm still unable. I'm a mess. I just that's it. We're not going to say anything. We moved. He's going to do that next when his turn comes up. Yeah, I'm a mess. Baker. I skipped over Baker. That's what I did there. We already did him in the Jeep. So this guy is on aimed fire right now. And he's going to try. Put it that way. He is a grenade in a hedge. -1. -1 for the weather is going to be -2. So we're going to need a 4 to hit him. 2 shots, a 7 and a 3. We get 1 hit. Hopefully it's a good one. And a close call. Hopefully it's enough to make him go. He is a 4. A 6, he fails, so he will drop his grenade. And he should have had a live grenade placed there too. I'm forgetting a lot. Hopefully I'll catch it all. Um, he will now get a duck back, which means that this becomes a grenade near. And we got him right where we want him at this point. All right. Then we go to blue. So he will not be moving his grenade throw marker because it got removed, or should have been removed. I failed to do so. And down here we have an aimed fire, can't see anybody. Right here we have an aimed fire, can't see anybody. Right here we have a duck back goes to a hide. Right here we have an evade 5. And right here we have a duck back goes to a hide. Right here we have a running gun 6-1. He goes up to there. And then we go to white. That taking him down was a big one. White's just hiding, but he can attempt to spot, but there's nobody to spot. Yellow, aimed fire, can't see anybody. Aimed fire, can't see anybody. Now the building's blocking him. Sneaking 5. He's going to sneak right to there. And this guy down here is evading 6 this time up to here. Going to go to red. Running gun 6 up to here. He's going to get up on that little knoll right there. Rapid fire. Still can't see anybody. Sneaking 4. He's going to go right down here with him. This guy's going to duck back into the, go to hide in the stream. This guy's aimed fire, can't see anybody yet. This guy is an evade. He should have been able to roll last time to see if, no, he's not in cover. Duh. Um, 6-5, so he's gone 5 this time. Down to here. This guy's sneaking 5 down to here. Aim fire, can't see anybody. That is it for red. That is it for impulse 2. We're going to go to impulse number 3. Charlie. Sprinting right to here. Sneaking can't do anything. Aimed fire can't do anything. On the grenade, he will throw his grenade. This guy's going to evade right to there. That's it for Charlie. We go to Abel. Abel is the Jeep. He's going to move to right here. I think the best we can do is hit him with a morale check now. Building, yes, morale check, -5. Let's go do the modifiers. Look at the range because it's changed. 12. All right, see if we can get all these modifiers right this time. Range of 12 with the bodies is a -1. -3 for not having a loader, that's a -4. -1 for the weather is a -5. -2 for crawling is a -7. -5 for the building is a -12. And he is a 10. So we're looking at a 0 and a 6. Yes, 0 and a 6 because of his 8. I don't usually go off the modified. I do the modifieds for firing, but when it comes to the roll of 0, I don't add that. That's just me. So 0 and a 6 to hit. 6, 0, 6. Holy crap, we hit. That's going to be a morale check for him. That's 2 shots. Roll of 0 comes into play. The other 2 are misses. So we're going to go ahead and do another morale check on him. That is a 1 to pass it. And he does not, barely does not, but that's going to take him all the way down to route. We're going to make him duck back again. We're going to knock them down 1 more on the confidence tracker. And that is good. That is good. Then we're still on Abel down here. He's going to toss his grenade to there. And both of these guys, the act of throwing a grenade, by the way, isn't a firing. So I consider that firing. So both of my guys are spotted in the act of firing. So we don't need to worry about spotting checks on them. Then we go to Baker. He already went. This guy's aimed fire, can't do anything but spot. Can't see this guy up here, I'm sure of it. No, because of these trees and stuff down here. All right, we go to blue. Aimed fire, can't see anybody. Aimed fire, can't see anybody. Duck back again, goes to a hide. Oh crap. You know what? It's not going to make a difference. He was supposed to try to go here and he couldn't. So we needed to make sure on vehicles impassable. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he would have turned towards this way. So yeah, the only thing played out's one different on the range, and that was not going to affect the modifiers, and it's not going to affect his. So it's not going to affect that shot at all. But it was a brain fart on my part because he can't move here till the next turn. He is supposed to move there. Trees are impassable for Jeeps. Down here on impulse. Oh goodness, I forgot to move my impulse marker too. Impulse 3, he's just spotting. We did him. We're on blue. A lot I'm forgetting to do. I don't know how much of this I'll play today. I don't know. My brain's very scattered right now. This guy's hiding. This guy's running gunning 6, which will bring him to here. That's it for blue. We got white hiding up there. Still can't see anybody. We got yellow. Aimed fire. Aimed fire. Can't see anybody. Can't see anybody. Sneaking 5. Can't do anything. The guy's evading 5 this time down into the building. Can't see anybody, so he doesn't attempt to duck back. And then we've got red up here. He can't see anybody as of yet, so he will continue to run into the open space up here. He can see over the orchard now. There's enough hexes where the blind hex isn't going to stop him from spotting him, so that's going to be a sneak in the open. -1. 4 goes down to a 3. Is that more than 10? Yes. Goes back up. Goes 4 goes down to a 3. Goes down to a 2. 1. He sees me. If let's peek him. Yep, he sees me. We got a lot of them guys starting to pop up. And this is not good. I was kind of thinking I'd move down here and crossfire on this guy, and that's not going to happen now because he's going to have not crossfire, but fire on me. So I'm going to end up having to keep this guy right here when we're done next turn to deal with this guy instead of moving into position to crossfire this guy or throw a grenade at him. One of the two, and not going to happen. So your plans always change. Rapid fire down here, still can't see anybody. Sneaking 4. We're on impulse 3. He's not doing anything. This guy's hiding, can't do anything. This guy's in fire, can't see anybody. This guy's evading 6 this time. And he's in the open, so he can't duck back. He's going to go down into here. Can't see him. Can't see them. He can see the BAR, so he can take a TQ to see if he ducks back in the stream or not. 3, and he will. He still might be dead meat, though. He's not going to get rid of that duck back there for. I'm going to be able to see him in the stream with Howard, and Howard's got an aimed fire on. So I'll give you one guess as to where I'm going to go with that aimed fire. Cold here. I'm trying to warm up some cocoa. Okay. Though it is supposed to get unseasonable. Well, this year it is all seasonable. It is supposed to get unseasonably warm again today, and then back down to cold again tomorrow. Charlie. He's going to sprint. We're back on impulse 4 now, and I better move the impulse. He's going to sprint to there and duck back. There went my mandatory sneeze. Get that out of the way. He's going to sneak into here. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We can attempt to spot him running. Yes, we can. It does not cross that contour line. So running gunning in the open. +2. We're 6. We need an 8 to see him. And we get a 6. So we do know he's there now. All right, this guy's sneaking into here. Range of 12. That's a -1. Aimed fire in a wall. -2, -3. Needs a 1. Oh, wow. We got him. Boy, no dummies yet. Did we turn? I don't think we turned over a single dummy yet. This is going to be tough. When I'm on attack, especially we're outnumbered like this, you're counting on at least a couple of dummies there, and we have gotten none yet. And we're not getting a lot of the recruits either. We're getting a lot of the good guys. So 1, 2, 3, Four. Yeah, we've done five of them. Five of them. Four or five of them so far. No dummies have been turned yet. We really need some dummies to make this a doable scenario. All right. Back on track here because I'm easily scattered. They can move one back if I want them to, but I'm not going to. I like them where they're at, so we're just going to keep him there. This guy's going to evade up into here. That's going to be his turn. We're going to go to Abel, which is the Jeep. Now he can move down to here. And if I want to, I can still keep rat-a-tat-tatting into this guy. Let's see if there's anybody else we can see yet. No, 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 no. No, it's just him. I don't. I'm going to hold my fire because we don't need to do anything more to him. Best we can do right now is make him recover, and I don't want to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and hold our fire. Aimed fire right here. Again, best I can do is help his morale. I'm going to hold fire. um, oh gosh, he went straight from Abel to Charlie. So yeah, that's the kind of day it's going to be, guys. You may just want to stop watching now out of pure embarrassment from my lack of uh, alertness. So we're on Baker now. Baker, this guy already went. I'm holding fire with him, so this guy's going to aim fire. He's ducked back so we can see him. Ducked back in the depression. -1. Two shots of the BAR is going to be a 6. -1 is a 5. Two shots for 5. 8 and a 4. I'll take the one hit. I could have done a re-roll, but bad wound. Don't need to. He's going to stay ducked back. Oh boy. Yeah. Told you. We'll get it together yet. It's just one of them things. And he failed his wounded morale check, so he too will get all the way down to shaken. That's another point on the confidence tracker. And that is it for Baker. We now go to Blue. Blue's aimed fire, can't see anybody. This guy's aimed fire, can't see anybody. He's hiding, can't do anything. This guy is an evade 5, coming down to here. Try and reinforce their crumbling line so far because we are making an impact. This guy's a running gun 6-1. He's going to go there and join him. This guy is hiding on top of a grenade with 2 other grenades rolling around him. And actually, we don't need these target markers anymore because we already have the grenades there. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? And I'm good at forgetting this. They were in range. We got to roll a 9 for each of them. I'm horrible with that. 9, nope, 9, nope. So both of those are going to hit, and then we need to go hide in a hedgerow. Backtracking again because I'm an idiot. -3. His grenade is a 3, so that's going to be a 0. A 3. That's the top one's going to be grenade 4. And the bottom guy is a 3, so 0 on that one too. 2. He's got a grenade 4 on that one. All right, I keep forgetting to do that little part, and usually I don't catch it until the end of where I have to do it at the end of the turn. All right, so now we're back to stop backtracking. He stays hidden on top of his grenades. We go to white, who is hiding, can't see anybody. We go to yellow, aimed fire. He can't see him because of that wall, so he can't do anything. This guy's aimed fire. He can see him sneaking in a house. I left him on sneak because that's better than a duck back. -3. The range is 12. I think that's going to give him another Negative. Nope, 0. -3. He needs a 1 to hit. 2 barely misses. That's scary. Sneaking 5. He's coming down to here. This guy's evading 6 this time. Goes up to there. That's the end of yellow. We go to red. Running gun 6, and he can see me. I am ducked back in a wall. -2. -3, -4. He needs a 1. Gets a 2. Barely misses. Oh, boy. And we got a rapid fire over here that can't see anybody. We got a sneaking 4 over here that's gone down to there. We got a hide here. Can't do anything. This guy's going to go to a hide. This guy's going to sneak 6 up to here. That's the end of that impulse. That's the end of that turn. Now we can put everything to the holding box. Turn goes to 1. I mean, the impulse goes to 1. Turn goes to 4. Get rid of all the cards. Get rid of all the moves. I can also get rid of all the orders, and then we're going to go ahead and do the, let's do the smoke and then the grenades so I don't get confused. We got a lot of smoke on the board. So this, you know what, I'm going to have to do this one by one. Well, let's do all the ones that don't have fire on them first. Them I can do. Clone them and wind direction 5. That's all that the 60s are going to do. Now, we got a fire here. 2. It can't spread anywhere and it did not go out, so we're just going to go ahead and clone that. Going to put that there. We're going to clone that. We're just going to put that there. Heavy smoke. And I forgot to clone him. Probably is not going to make a difference in the long run, but we got to do it. This fire can't spread anywhere, but we got to roll for going out. Oh, we got to roll for raging. I forgot raging. Yep, forget. The word of the day. All right, so raging, we're going to be checking for long grass. That would be a 4. 5, that one doesn't rage. Regular fire in trees is 2. Doesn't rage. So this one here, we got to go in here and get the. I'll just clone them both and then move them and then put them all back where they belong. How's that? All right, smoke's done. Now we can do the grenade. Grenades, plural. We have a grenade near. That is a potato masher. That's going to be 3 rolls for 3, and he is hiding in a hedge. That's 3 rolls for 0. 4, 7, 8, nothing. So he's got to pass a morale check. 6 does not, so he's going to be hiding next turn, and his morale will go down to cautious. And we're going to go ahead and remove this, and we're going to go ahead and put 1 smoke down for that. And we're going to remove the hand grenade. Now the next one, and these are all going to be zeros. It's just going to be 1 for 0 because they're fars. 1 for 2, so it's actually 0 and a 6 to hit, I think it is. Misses, and a 0 and a whatever to hit, nothing. So these both, we're not going to be doing anything with them. Both of these can be removed. But at least we're getting the result that I wanted. And this guy's done. Oh, he had to make a morale check too on that German grenade because it was next to him. That's a 1 for him. 8, he fails, so he goes to a decreased morale. And this is why I like to do the orders before I do the grenade, so I don't forget to do this. He ducked back. He's going to be ducked back the whole next turn. This guy's ducked back. He's going to be ducked back the whole, or hiding the whole next turn. Um, so he's got to roll a morale check for the first grenade, and that's going to be a 3. 9, he fails miserably, goes down 2. This is why I like the grenades. You're not doing damage, but you're killing the morale. This guy's got to do a morale check. That's going to be a 3. 9, he's going to stay routed. And this guy needs to do a morale check for rid of that. The second grenade, he is now at a 4. 0. Son of a bitch, I knew that would happen. He is now back to a shaken. And this guy's got to take a morale check. He is at a 3. Son of a bitch, can you believe this? 2 in a row. That is what normally happens to me. It's no surprise. So we gained, and I didn't even get to put them on the combat tracker. We've gained and lost 2 routes, just like that. But the end result is both of these guys are, for all intents and purposes, combat ineffective at this point in time. And they're not going to be doing anything this coming turn. All right. So that is it for that turn. I don't think there's anything else I forgot. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. This is Combat 2 by Compass Games, designed by Ross Martell. Sorry about the length of it. Just not thinking as clear as I should be. Too much going on sometimes, but I do want to keep playing. Keeps my mind off of things. We are attacking the village. We had a pretty good turn, other than the fact that we rolled double zeros on the last 2 morale checks. And we helped the enemy out a little bit. But that's neither here nor there. See you guys next time. You all have a good night. Thanks for joining me.